Today we're cooking up 4 easy recipes using soy curls.
Chris copied my outfit today, so.
Jasmine actually copied mine.
So we're both wearing joggers, we're both wearing black. I see how it is. Welcome back to another video. I am Jasmine.
And I'm Chris.
And today we're talking all about soy curls. The reason why we wanted to make this video is because we feel like soy curls are very underutilized as a vegan meat substitution.
So we're gonna show you 3 easy and delicious recipes using soy curls, and hopefully you can try them.
We're also giving away soy curls to 3 of our subscribers. A lot of you on Instagram were commenting on some of our posts saying you didn't know where to get soy curls, you couldn't find them in your area. So we thought we would deliver some to you. So leave a comment down below and subscribe to our channel. Let us know which recipe that you want to try first with the soy curls that you get in the mail. And we will pick 3 winners in a week from the release of this video.
Yeah, so let's jump into the recipes. The first recipe we're making today is a soy curl chicken salad. This is a really simple recipe to make, and I'm basing it on a classic chicken salad, except for chicken, we're replacing that with soy curls, obviously. This is great in sandwiches, wraps. You can eat it on its own, but it's definitely better in a sandwich. Soy curls come packaged dry and unflavored, so what we're gonna do right now is rehydrate them and add some flavor. The first thing we're gonna do is add our soy curls to a large bowl, and then we're gonna add some hot, almost boiling vegan chicken broth to our soy curls and let them soak for about 8 to 10 minutes. On the package for soy curls, it says to add water to rehydrate them, but we like to add broth just because it really helps infuse flavor into them. For this recipe, we're using a vegan chicken broth. You can also use vegetable broth, but since we are making this chickeny, a vegan chicken broth is definitely gonna help bring those flavors out. And you can find that at any grocery store for the most part. We like to use the brand Better Than Bouillon. It comes in a paste, but they also have powders and little bouillon cubes too. So just find what they have at your local grocery store and that should be fine. And we'll also link a few down below. Now that our soy curls are rehydrated, we're gonna bring them over to the stove and cook them down on a cast iron. We'll slowly add in the excess vegan chicken broth and allow it to cook down with the soy curls. This will help lock in the flavor and really ensure that the soy curls can be as flavorful as possible. So after each time the broth cooks down, we're gonna add a little bit more until we run out. And once the broth fully runs out, we're gonna add a little bit of oil to the pan and cook the soy curls until they brown. Now we're gonna transfer our soy curls to a cutting board and chop them up. We want them into little chunks. They don't need to be super fine, but we don't want the chunks too big, so just give them a rough chop. And then we're gonna transfer our chopped soy curls to a large bowl. And in that bowl, we're also gonna add some celery, red onions, along with some vegan mayo, Dijon mustard, garlic and onion powder, and some black pepper. We'll mix that through until everything's nice and uniform, and then we'll also just give it a little bit of salt to taste. Jasmine's scared to try this.
I'm not scared to try it, but what I was telling Chris is like I didn't grow up eating or even liking like chicken salad.
Tuna salad.
I don't even know if I don't think I've ever had chicken salad, but pasta salad. What else is there? Tuna salad. I guess macaroni salad is
Tuna
pasta
casserole.
salad. But like stuff like that is just not, it never appealed to me and it wasn't like typically made at family parties.
Also, some people put apples or raisins in this and I can't get down with that.
I think I saw cranberries too.
Nasty. So we just have it on a piece of bread here. You can serve this with crackers, as I mentioned earlier, and wraps and sandwiches, but we're just having it on a slice of toast. Mmm. It came out really good.
I like that you put a lot of black pepper in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good flavor.
That's key.
This is really delicious. Mmm.
And giving the soy curls a lot of flavor and then like cooking them down to have that char really helps.
Yeah, if you didn't flavor your soy curls and cook it with the broth, I feel like they don't taste like anything.
It would taste
you
like
really
nothing.
have to put that broth in there. Like every time we use soy curls, that's one of the things that we do because by themselves, I mean, they do have a flavor, but it's just not like appealing. It's like tofu has a flavor, you know, but it's not like flavorful.
Yeah, you got to get it as flavorful as possible.
Yeah.
I really like
Thanks,
it.
babe.
Mm-hmm. This is great for picnics as the weather's getting warm.
Or like packing lunch.
Yeah, I think for like kids too, it might be really good. I'm really happy with how this came out.
Me too. I don't know what chicken salad is supposed to taste like.
This is your first time ever having like a chicken salad?
It is.
That is crazy to me.
The next recipe we're prepping is a vegan soy curl jerky. I'm so excited to share this recipe because, well, it's just really delicious. And it's actually adobo inspired. So if you tried our vegan adobo on our blog, it is also made out of soy curls. If you haven't, you definitely need to check it out. It was one of the first Filipino recipes I veganized with my mom, and it is, oh, not, is that right? How do you do it? Or just, how do you do it?
I think that was good.
I'm gonna do that again. Chef's kiss. So definitely check that out. I'll link it down below. But we modified the recipe and we are making a vegan jerky today. It has the perfect texture, the perfect punch of salt, the perfect flavor, and I think you're gonna love it. So this recipe was actually inspired by Sarah's Vegan Kitchen and Eric Ames. They made a vegan jerky. I don't know when they made it, but we tried it. It was so good. I think I made it like 2 times because we ate the whole recipe in one day, and I really wanted to make a Filipino inspired version, so that is what I'm doing today. In a bowl, I'm adding some boiling hot water for 2 reasons. For one, you need hot water to rehydrate your soy curls, and 2, I'm gonna be adding some vegan beef bouillon paste, and it really helps it get nice and uniform and dissolve in that water when it's hot. Next, I'm adding in some brown sugar along with some vegan Worcestershire sauce, some soy sauce, white vinegar. This is a vegan chili garlic sauce, which is optional. You can also offer some sriracha as well. I'm only adding about half a tablespoon here because, as you know, I'm not great with spice, but you can add more depending on your spice preference. And last but not least, for our spices, I have some garlic powder, onion powder, and ginger powder. Typically for adobo, we use fresh, but for this recipe specifically, we're using powdered just to make sure that everything is uniformly seasoned and that every bite of the jerky has all 3 of those spices on it. Mix that all together and then add in your dried soy curls, mix that through so it is well coated, and we're gonna set that aside and allow it to marinate. Next up, we're going to head to our pan and we are going to fry up some bay leaves and peppercorns, which are 2 very important ingredients in adobo. So we're gonna fry those up in some oil just until the bay leaves get nice and golden. We're gonna leave those in there and then we're going to scoop in the soy curls without the liquid first. So we're gonna add those in, mix it all together, mix up in that oil, and then we're going to do what Chris did in the first recipe. We're gonna gradually add the liquid that the soy curls are marinating in. Cook that until it dries out, and we're gonna continue adding it until there's no liquid left and you have some nice, beautiful charred soy curls. Last but not least, we're going to transfer that to an oven and cook it at a low temperature of 220 degrees Fahrenheit. This is because we want to really dry out those soy curls and make them nice and tough, a jerky texture. And it's going to bake for about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes, just depending on how dry your soy curls were in the pan. We're gonna pull it out, allow this to cool, and you've got yourself perfect, beautiful, delicious adobo jerky. If you love adobo, you're going to love this recipe.
Oh my God.
I can't believe this recipe, honestly. I came up with it on a whim and it is so freaking good. I'm so happy we did it.
I already took a bite.
There's a perfect texture, the perfect punch of flavor.
Really tasty.
Really freaking good.
Good for like traveling on the go. It doesn't get your hands all like
dirty.
Yeah.
Seriously, there's nothing. Like I mentioned earlier, if you want to make it a bit spicier, it's not spicy right now. It has like the perfect kick of spice, but it's not spicy to me. Then add a little bit more of that chili garlic sauce or more sriracha or whatever hot sauce you're using. But I like it like this.
Delish. I'm not gonna eat it anymore because
I really want to eat it, but we have to take pictures. But we're gonna do a close-up shot of how this jerky looks up close. It is like the perfect texture. It dried out really well in the oven. And it's just so delicious. I can't believe that this is vegan. It's so cool. Like all the recipes, the full recipe is linked down below on our blog, and let's get into the next one. The next recipe we're making, I am so excited for this recipe. I've been wanting to make a veganized version of this for so long. Shout out to my friend Kat for inspiring this recipe. We're gonna be making some vegan Filipino pork barbecue. I know it's not pork, but I'm just gonna say that so that if you have had the pork version before, you know exactly what I'm making. We are of course using soy curls to make the perfect substitute, and let's get started. So in a large bowl, I'm gonna first add some boiling hot water, and then to that I'm gonna dissolve some of the vegan beef bouillon paste that we have been using. Do we use it throughout? We use it in the jerky, so that we use in the jerky. Link down below if you want to check it out. It's delicious. Next up, I'm adding some soy sauce. If you don't want to use soy sauce, you can also use tamari for a gluten-free option. We have some banana ketchup. If you haven't had banana ketchup before, I know that's gonna sound really weird, but trust me, it doesn't taste like bananas. It is I guess a ketchup alternative. I learned that banana ketchup was actually invented because there was a shortage of tomato imports in the Philippines. They decided to use an ingredient that was readily available and locally grown, which was bananas, and that is where banana ketchup came from. So banana ketchup, if you want to learn how to make your own, we have our recipe linked down below. Then we got some brown sugar to sweeten it up, white vinegar, a lot of garlic. You want a lot of garlic here. That is a key ingredient. Do not skimp on garlic. Actually, don't skip on garlic ever, because garlic is the best. Then we have some calamansi juice. If you don't know what calamansi is, it is a citrus fruit that is native to the Philippines, and I'm lucky enough to have some here from my mom. But yeah, if you can't access it yourself, just use some lemon juice. Then we have some vegan oyster sauce. The ones at the store will say vegetarian, but they are vegan. You can just check the ingredients to double check, but from what I found, all of them are usually vegan. Then I'm adding in some sesame oil, which is optional. I don't think this is traditionally added. I just tested it with this the other day and it tasted really good. So I'm gonna include it here, but you don't have to put it if you don't want to. Lastly, I have lots of black pepper and some red pepper flakes. We're just gonna mix everything together until it is well combined and uniform, and then add in our soy curls, mix that through, and we're just gonna let that marinate for about 15-20 minutes. Now that the soy curls are marinated, we're going to go to our stove, and I'm gonna heat a cast iron skillet with some oil. We are cooking it on the stovetop instead of using a grill. It's just easier with the method and with the marinade because it is a little loose. But we are gonna still serve them on barbecue sticks just for nostalgia purposes, and yeah, just for serving purposes. It is not necessary, but it's gonna look really cute. So anyways, back to the stove. We're gonna cook it in the cast iron skillet like we cooked the other recipes. So we're gonna just add the soy curls first, cook those up, let them get a little color on them, and then we're gonna add the marinade slowly in about half a cup increments, and we're gonna allow the marinade that we add to cook off completely and then add more, and we're gonna continue that process until you cook off all the marinade and the barbecue is nice and caramelized. It starts to get charred and just smells so good. We're gonna allow that to cool, and like I mentioned before, I'm gonna be skewering them. This is not necessary, but I really wanna do it. Look at this. So like I mentioned before, skewer's unnecessary, but it is nostalgic, and I just had to do it.
That is so delicious.
I have no words.
When Jasmine was skewering these, I was just eating.
I know, Chris was just picking out a bowl eating while I was skewering them. This tastes exactly like I remember, and I thought I would never be able to have Filipino barbecue again, so it is crazy to me. Like, my mind is blown.
We should make this next time we're with your entire family. Or just like have it out and they won't know it's from us and see like.
We won't eat it. The trick is we won't touch it so that they'll think it's meat. Because it looks like meat.
It does.
It's really scary. So sometimes I serve this with like a vinegar, soy sauce, dipping sauce type thing. I forgot, I think it's called sausawan. We just say sauce.
Sauce, baby.
I will put that in the blog post if you want to try it. It's really great with rice, and it's really just good on its own. It's so yummy. Last but not least, we're gonna be prepping some vegan carne asada in this video. We actually created this recipe because Chris and I had such a craving for it when we moved to the Portland area from Southern California, and we couldn't find any good vegan options here, so we decided to make it ourselves, and it turned out amazing. It is so good, and it really hits home and tastes just like my childhood. So first up, in a large container, I'm going to be adding in some boiling hot water and some vegan beef bouillon paste. Mix that together until it is nice and uniform, and then add in your soy curls. We're gonna let those sit and hydrate for about 10 minutes. Next up to my bowl, I'm adding in some fresh orange juice. I like to make it fresh because I also add in the orange rinds as well, but if you don't have fresh or you don't wanna use fresh, you can also just use bottled orange juice as well. Next, I have some soy sauce, or you can use tamari if you are gluten-free. Some fresh garlic, lots of fresh garlic. Then we have some jalapeno. For the jalapeno, I'm only putting a little because I don't like it too spicy, but you can add more to your taste. And I removed the seeds for mine, but you can add the seeds as well if you want it spicier. Fresh lime juice, apple cider vinegar. Then I have some spices here, chili powder, cumin, and black pepper. And I'm gonna mix that all together, just give it a quick mix. And then lastly, I'm adding in the orange rinds, some fresh red onions, and some cilantro. I'm gonna mix that together, and we're gonna set this into the refrigerator to marinate overnight. All right, it is the next day. The soy curls have marinated overnight, almost 24 hours, honestly, just coincidentally, and we're gonna cook them up. We're gonna grab some tongs and we're gonna carefully scoop out the soy curls. I'm not gonna be cooking any of the other things in here. Some cilantro will transfer, but that's fine. So we're gonna cook the soy curls up and we're gonna cook it just like we cooked all the other recipes. I'm going to scoop out some of the marinade, pour that in, and I'm gonna continue doing that, allowing the liquid to cook off before I add more, and we're just gonna do that until we cook off all of the marinade. Once it's cooked, we're gonna let it cool a bit to just chop it into small pieces to make some tacos with. And then I have some warm tortillas here, and I'm gonna put the vegan carne asada in there along with some onions, cilantro, and a drizzle of lime, and we're ready to enjoy.
These look so delish.
It's so freaking good. Ooh, you can add other things into the tacos, but I feel like it's so packed with flavor that we don't need to add much else. Avocado will be really good. It really does. Did you focus on me or did you focus on the taco? Ooh, 10 out of 10 for me. But I mean, I'm gonna say about all of our recipes in this video. Honestly, all of the recipes in this video I'm so proud of. And I'm always happy with our recipes, but these specifically are so freaking good.
Soy curls are the most underrated plant-based substitute. And the cool part is it's just one single ingredient. It's just soy.
A whole soy product.
A whole soy product, non-GMO. Local to Portland, to Oregon, but.
I don't think I really got exposed to them until we moved here.
Yeah, they're not very widely used, and they're kind of hard to find. You can find them online. We'll link them down below where to get them.
Yeah.
They are sold in stores some places, but buying them online might be your best bet, so you're not like going to a bunch of different places to find them. Yeah, we hope you enjoyed this video. I think that wraps it up. We packed a lot into here. All the recipes, as always, will be linked down below
on the blog. And let us know what you thought of the recipes. I'm so excited to hear your feedback, your thoughts. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace.
Bye.